Good morning, sir. Today's first article is on alert amid uncertainty. The RBI holds interest rates citing concerns about inflation outlook. So RBI interest rates gives reasons about concerns about inflation outlook. So let's start this first article. The RBI has prudently decided to keep its powder dry for now, citing the extreme uncertainty that characterizes the current outlook for inflation and economic activity. So, in this sentence, prudently means in a way that shows care and thought for the future. So the RBI has a thought for future decided to keep its powder dry, means keep its information safe, giving reasons that extreme uncertainty that characterizes the current outlook for inflation, rising up of prices or goods and economic activity, observing that the unprecedented shock from the pandemic has left the economy stressed. The RBI said that while the Monetary Policy Committee recognized the primacy of supporting a recovery, it was necessarily mindful of its inflation targeting mandate. So, observing that unprecedented shock from the pandemic has left. So, the meaning of unprecedented shock means that here unprecedented means without previous instance, never before known or experienced, or an example or unparalleled. So, without previous instant. Shock with previous instant shock from the pandemic has left the economy stressed, means economy is so stressful that it is in decreasing, it's falling down and it's so stressed already. And the RBI said that while the Monetary Policy Committee recognized the primacy of supporting and recovering the economy, it will be recognized that really mindful of its inflation targeting mandate. The picture on prices is clouded by many uncertainties. So the prices are seen with uncertainties. There are some are more, some are less, without any certainty. While the provisional June CPI inflation reading of to 6.1% had edged over the upper bound of the mandated medium term goal of 4% plus or minus 2%. A spike in food prices as well as cost push pressures from higher transport fuel and raw material prices were combining to obscure the inflation outlook. So, for a clear information, CPI inflation has said that 6.5% over the upper bound mandated medium term, and the goal was 4% plus or 2% minus. So the spike in fruit prices and also on cost pushes pressure from higher transport fuel and raw materials on the economy, vowing to ensure that policy stance remains accommodative for as long as needed to revive growth. Governor Shaktikanta Das emphasized that the RBI was ready to act on rates and once a durable reduction in inflation was cited. So, to ensure the policy stance means the economy balanced. Uh, they looked for a policy so that the economy will be balanced uh, until there is a revive in the growth. And the governor Shaktikanta Das have emphasized the RBI to act on rates, and once there is a durable inflation was cited, the work will be so there will be a hope for rising economy. For now, however, the projections remain less than encouraging. So the present situation is less than encouraging, and the hopes are not that much. So, the latest round of households' expectation of price gains in an RBI survey showed that consumers expect inflation to remain elevated in the near term, a finding that RBI's assessment broadly lagged back. So, consumers' expectations are more, but there is not that much inflation. There is so much inflation, and this keeps RBI's back means hopeless. The prognosis on the economy is also worrisome. So here in this sentence, prognosis means uh, in this sentence the prognosis means likely course of a medical conditions or something on a condition or a situation. So the outcome of this situation on the economy is very worse or very worrisome, and so there are people are worrying about it, government. While the RBI expects the rural economy to turn in a robust recovery on the back of a strong showing by agriculture, a deterioration in consumer sentiment in the central bank July survey undermines the prospects for a more broad-based revival in domestic banks. So there is a hope for a RBI in rural economy to increase it. So there is a strong showing of agriculture and a recovery in that, and the deterioration in consumers of central bank undermines the prospects for broad-based of domestic demand. Additionally, external demand faces headwinds from a world economy in recession and as global trade shrinks, and there is additionally there are external demands also, and the global trade shrinks down continuously, which is worrisome. Forecasting a contraction in real GDP in the current fiscal year, the RBI rather optimistically posits than that an early containment of the pandemic may impart an upside surprise to its outlook. So the contraction of real GDP in this financial year, the RBI is optimistically posits that early containment of pandemic may be upside surprise to its outlook. So it's a surprise. What happens is not known by anyone. Interestingly, it analysis of the macroeconomic environment skirts the potential challenges that heighten tensions with China, one of the India's largest trading partners, and in recent years a source of inbound foreign capital, could pose to the economy. As now India is not in contact with China also, which is a great trader for India, biggest trader, it's also a problem for us. The central bank has therefore opted to focus its energies on trying to untangle the kinks hindering the flow of credit amid more than adequate liquidity. So, vary lenders and severely stressed borrowers. So, the central bank opted that energy is trying to entangle flow of credit amid more than adequate means more than the usage. What have they have to use? They are using more of liquidity, vary lenders, and severely stressed borrowers. The restructuring resolution and enhanced gold loan proposals mooted by the RBI acknowledge the sheer scale of the pandemic's devastation on the finances of firms and households. Mooted meaning here cause of troubles. So the cause of trouble by the RBI acknowledged that the scale of pandemics due to the pandemic, the finances, firms and households are devastating means are very decreasing. The onus now is on Governor Das to ensure that the stability of financial sector is safeguarded even as loan terms are reset to protect otherwise viable business. So governor ensures the stability of financial sector with the help of business or other things, loan terms or other. Any harm to financial stability risks undermining the economy as a whole. So any problem in financial stability will affect the economy as whole economy will be affected. So in this today's article, it is about the economy, how it is being devastated, how is it decreasing, what to do, what government are doing, and what is the process going on to improve this economy, today's economy. So nowadays the economy is so less, and people are government and people are struggling so much, and what is RBI doing for this is given in this article. Thank you.